Welcome to paradise, where turquoise water meets endless white sand. This is Sandals South Coast, and today we're going to take you on an ultimate tour of this breathtaking resort and recently remodeled all-inclusive resort as well. We'll explore every inch of the property, from its 3 unique room sections to the beautiful Rondovals and the breathtaking Overwater bungalows that will make you want to move right in. So along the way, you might hear us mention some older names like Dutch Village, French Village, and Italian Village, and that's because we've been coming here a long time, and that's what they used to be called. So the French Village is now Long Beach, right?
Yes.
And the Dutch Village is
Starlight.
Right, and Italian is
Silver Sun.
Okay, so if we make that mistake, that's why. What else are we going to see?
We'll also hit the pickleball courts. We'll show you all the fitness options and reveal our insider picks for the best rooms to book for romance, views, and privacy. We'll also take you inside the resort's top restaurants so you'll know exactly where to go for the most unforgettable meals. And of course, we'll cover everything you need to know before booking and during your stay, so that you can make the most out of every sun-soaked moment at the newly refreshed Sandals South Coast. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into Jamaica's most beautiful escapes.
We're Barb and Stacy with Straightaway Travel, and we are your preferred and executive platinum advisors that will make your vacation perfect. So don't book direct, reach out, and we will help you get the best promotion and have all the insider tips to make the best of your vacation. Let's go. All right, welcome to South Coast. You just took your hour and a half to an hour 45-minute transfer from Montego Bay Airport, and you arrived in paradise. So when you check in, you will get a cooling towel and have a nice warm welcome and walk into the stunning lobby. Now, in the lobby is check-in if you are a regular luxury guest. So if you don't have concierge, which is club level, or a butler, this is where you're going to check in. And then to the left over there is loyalty and travel, and we'll talk about that at the end. Over there in the corner, I'll zoom in, and you can see the entertainment each day, but know that that is on your Sandals app as well. Walking outside, you know, we really need some sun to show you this pool. There we go. Okay, so walking outside, we have the main pool. That is where the main pool bar is, right in front of us, and the pool bar does close at 6. Over to the left, you'll see all those buildings. Those are a ton of the restaurants. Not all of them, but you have starting over there with the blue bottom, you have Giuseppe's, which is a great Italian restaurant. They have an antipasta bar, which is phenomenal. Next to Giuseppe's, you do have an Asian restaurant, Jasmine's, and then you have the coffee shop, which is open late. So when you need a decaf espresso late or a great morning latte, you can head over to Cafe de Paris.
Cafe de Paris up here.
And then next to Cafe de Paris, over here on the left is Eleanor's. Eleanor's does still require pants for gentlemen and closed-toed shoes. It might change, but as of right now, that is what is required. Showing you inside Cafe de Paris. So you can have coffee with adult liquor in it, or just a regular, like I said, latte or espresso, cappuccino, and then you'll have dessert. So if you don't want to sit at the restaurant at night and have a dessert, or if you're craving something sweet in the middle of the day, you can have that. There's the crepe maker, so you can also have some crepes. All right, leaving the main pool area, if you take a right, you're going to go straight to the concierge lounge. And then this building right here is the Italian Village, which is also called the Silver Sun. It's right next to the pool. So the pool's right back there. Now I'm going to continue past the concierge suite or the concierge check-in. I'm passing the Dutch Village on my left right now, which is Starlight, and I'm headed towards the French Village, which is Long Beach. So the nice part about this gorgeous resort is you can take the inside paths here, or also you have an entire walk along the beach, which I will show you right after this. So I'm just walking around and I'm going to show you where the pickleball courts are, because there are 12 courts at this resort, and Pickleball in Paradise does bring a lot of people here that is owned by Straightaway Travel. The Rondovals are to the left there, and we will show you those in just a minute. So you can see how beautiful these courts are, and then there is one tennis court, and of course your basketball court, and then the fitness center is right by there. There's also a cut through from to the front lobby from here as well. All right, so you have the inside paths. Then I'm going to switch it and I'm going to jump onto the beach path. So here I am. I am walking from the French Village down to the main pool. Now this is the Overwater bar called Latitudes. And this is about a week before they finished redoing the Overwater bar. And we have footage later in this video of the completion. So right now I am walking past the Starlight to your right. They have gorgeous swim up oceanfront rooms in this village. One of my favorites, and it's right in the middle. You have a brand new food truck, which is chicken dippers, basically chicken tenders, like buffalo chicken sandwiches, snacky foods. And then they have another food truck that is a taco truck that you'll see up ahead. There is the Dutch Village. This is the, does not have a swim up pool bar. So the French Village, or Long Beach, does. And then the main pool, which is right by the Italian or Silver Sun, has the swim up pool bar. But Dutch is a great location right in the middle. Notice that all of the rooms, all of these buildings, every room faces the ocean. Every room faces the ocean. Some have better views than others, and that's what Straightaway Travel does, is help you with meeting your budget and getting you the room that you really want. What's important to you? You're never going to have a hard time finding a spot on the beach because it is 2 miles long. So you'll on the far side is the Overwater bungalows, which we'll get to, and there is the Latitudes as well. And then I'm going to take you all the way down past the main pool, and we'll head back over to the beginning, and then past there is where the restaurants are. We'll show you Neptune's and the water sports area. So look at those swim out rooms. Love them. It is on a 500-acre nature preserve, and it is on the southern shoreline of Jamaica, which is why it's called South Coast. It used to be called White House, so there's a fun fact. Sometimes even, I think when you're entering the country and you have to fill out your custom form, a lot of them, I think that even the machines, if I remember correctly, say Sandals White House. So they changed it to Sandals South Coast. There's a couple other Sandals resorts that have a beach like this. So watch out for our other videos that compare the different Sandals resorts, the ones with the best beaches or the ones with the best pools. Remember, there are 3 levels of rooms. There's luxury, and then there's concierge or club, and then there is Butler rooms. So each of these rooms have different room categories. Your Butler is really, we help you with what to use your Butler for. They will have your spot set up at the pool or at the beach with beverages and a cooler. They'll iron your clothes if you're running late for dinner. They'll get all your dinner reservations. They're wonderful, and you do need to tip them. They are the ones on the resort that you are supposed to tip. So I am walking past the Italian village right now, which is Silver Sun. So you know that we are getting very close to the hub, the main pool, and where a lot of the restaurants are. The only sit-down restaurant that is not in that area is Schooners, and we'll walk you past Schooners when we head over to the Overwater bungalows. I love Schooners. I would say that that's my favorite restaurant, although I love the Anapasta bar at Giuseppe's. So you could do both. You could go have some delicious cheeses and some good olive oils and a salad, and then go get some seafood if it's lobster season. Schooners always has some lobster tails for you. Getting closer to the taco truck, and then right by the taco truck is the Jerk Shack. So if you've never had jerk chicken, you gotta have some here. So really there's only just a couple things on the menu, and it all has to do with the jerk seasoning that Jamaica is so known for. See the little menu? That's it. So you can get some sweet potatoes or some good dipping bread with it, but it's all about the jerk there. And then there is a restaurant up here on the left that is a sushi on the sand, which is your sushi bar. You can dine inside or outside. And again, I mean, you could go and have some sushi for an appetizer, and then say go to Neptune's for a delicious steak or chicken or seafood. So we're almost there. Here is Sushi on the Sand, and that is connected to the building that has the gift shop too. But here we are back to our starting grounds. This is where the water sports are as far as paddle boarding and kayaking. You can water ski in South Coast too, because it's such a long stretch of beach. And of course the Hobie Cats, they can teach you how to sail as well. If you're gonna snorkel or scuba dive, we have a little ways to go past the pool and down to the water sports area. Chairs are a little harder to come by in this area, I'll be honest. So a nice part about having a Butler is getting a good spot here. There's a lot of entertainment here. They do music trivia, and bingo and some dance parties, etc. And then just continuing down, there are some cabanas on the beach, and it is not included if you have a Butler room. They always will cost additional. So you can ask your butler, ask your concierge team at the concierge building, or you can call or walk up to the front desk and ask about availability there. When you do rent a cabana, you will have service there. So they'll bring you lunch, whatever food and beverages. And of course, if you do a catamaran sunset cruise, there it is. So this is where you'll go pick up any excursions that are on the water. Floyd's Pelican Bar leaves from here. Please make sure you reach out to a straightaway travel advisor about that excursion. There is really a lot to know about Floyd's Pelican Bar. And we're keeping it a secret because you have to reach out to us because we're the experts. All right, almost there. We're going to the water sports. If you are going to get scuba certified, this is where the practice pool is. This is also where you should go to sign up for snorkeling when you arrive. That's one of the first things that you should do. Okay, as promised, here is the newly renovated, gorgeous Latitudes over the water bar. Stunning. Opens at noon every day until 10 p.m. So grab a cocktail, grab the best spot in the house, which is around the edges on a hammock, and watch the sunset. It's honestly the best. There are other Sandals resorts that have this too, Montego Bay being one of them. And here is how you can end your day. Okay, we did not cover my favorite restaurant. So here is the French Village Swim Up Pool Bar, right? It's the building furthest from the lobby. And right by the French Village, which is now Long Beach, is Schooners. It's small, it's all outside, ocean view, and they have a great lunch. And like I said, lobster at dinner during lobster season. It's fantastic. So since we're over on this side of the resort, let's keep going and look at the stunning Overwater bungalows. These were just recently remodeled as well. When you flew into Montego Bay, an option is also to go to Royal Caribbean. They have over-the-water bungalows, and they were just recently renovated as well. So, of course, they do come with a butler. Walking in, you've got your whole butler station that you don't even need to touch, but you can make an espresso. But that's where the butler will make all of your whatever you would like. A nice seating area, and of course, just the openness of being over the water. Amazing amenity of these overwater bungalows is that right outside of your porch or your deck, your butler will put whatever you'd like out there. So if you want kayaks to kayak in the morning, or if you want a paddleboard in the morning, they will have those tied up right outside here and ready for you. Of course, you can look at the fish under your feet in your room. Total bliss. All the rooms here do come with a speaker, so you can take that on the beach with you. Just be mindful of everyone around you. Look at the stunning new bathroom. They did such a good job with this.
That connects to the outside and the inside.
Your shower, you can also exit the shower and go outside that way to your
Goes out to your double
private
shower beds.
balcony
Rain falls, your bathtub
with your
outside.
soaking tubs, and you can jump right in the ocean.
Back in, more closet space. Separate toilet room.
At the end of this video, we will tell you a
And then, of course, your amazing
trick of how to stay here for a little less
your own
money
bed,
as well.
Your own table, your own steps.
Isn't that awesome, laying out there?
Down to the water.
Jumping right in. They all do have the little floating lounger, so take your Bob Marley drink out there and float away. Just to show you your walk back to your Overwater bungalow villas at night. All lit up and stunning. We can help you with which one you want. And now let's go to the other amazing room category, which are the Rondovals.
Sure.
I mean, they're little huts, but when you walk inside of these, they're like an overwater bungalow. But they are so cute. The water is connected, but super private. So you can step right outside into your private pool area, and just to show you how it winds around and connects there. And these are right next to the pickleball courts and fitness center and spa, and centrally located. We'll go ahead and show you just a couple more room categories. Not everyone's going to stay in an overwater bungalow or a Rondoval. So here is the newly remodeled French Village room, which is now a Long Beach beachfront club level suite with soaking tranquility tub. And that is going to be located on the second, third, or fourth level. Of course, because the first level is going to be your swim out rooms. So if you were at South Coast a long time ago in the French Village. It's totally different now and highly recommended. Okay, and since we're here, we might as well show you a regular Butler room, which is in the Italian Village. So let's show you that real quick, and then we will wrap it up with the Spa and Fitness Center, and then give you some tips and tricks and stuff you need to know about this resort. All right, I'm in the Italian Village, walking into a 1B1 room category, and this is room 1326 at Sandals South Coast. Butler room, and you have, let's turn it around, you've got your full living room. We have our anniversary, so we have a nice welcome amenity in the room. Champagne, so you just need to let us know what you're celebrating, and we will make sure to have some nice stuff in your room. So then I'm going to take you through the bedroom. Basic king bed, TV, no balcony in the bedroom. And then you're gonna walk through to the bathroom. We'll show you the closet. You've got that, all your basic Sandals amenities. And then you can get to the bathroom one of two ways. There's that. And look at how nice that was. Bubble bath, waiting for our anniversary. There's your walk-in shower. And then back to the living room. And then of course, you gotta go out on the balcony because that's, why you're here. So table and the beautiful beach and ocean. The nice part about this resort too is that every room is, you guessed it, facing the ocean. Other than the Rondoval's, those stick back. So, Barb with Straightaway Travel, taking you to all the best places. All right, quickly gonna show you the fitness center. It's a standard fitness center. It is right by the pickleball courts, and they do have some fitness classes, so keep an eye in your app, in your Sandals app for that. When you're done with your pickleball game or working out in the gym, go to the Red Lane Spa. It has, amazing treatments. I highly recommend the Jacana CBD massage. It's only in Jamaica, and it is probably the best massage I've ever had in my life. So Jacana is CBD that is from Jamaica, and they do have those there. And then closing it out with the cold plunge after your workout and relaxing in the hot tub.
That's how they used to onboard us, is you would start with a brand and then kind of branch out from there.
Before we give our recap, I just want to remind you that Pickleball in Paradise sends thousands of people to South Coast, and we love it. VIP trips, we have the best pros that we go with, and if you want to go without one of our trips, still reach out to us, www.pickleballinparadise.com, or you can go to straightawaytravel.com, and we will get you there to train with Norman, who's a Jamaican pro, a great friend of ours. So check us out, and here's our recap. All right, I know the walkthrough was long, but we covered a ton of ground. So I have been to South Coast, I think 10 times because of pickleball. And Stacy, this is your first time to South Coast, you've now done every Sandals in Jamaica, right? So my first question is, and this will help everybody, decide, is South Coast right for you? So first of all, I'm going to talk about safety. Jamaica and safety is always a question. So
I get that question a lot, and over the past couple years, the threat has been at a level 3. And after talking to the locals and the Jamaica Tourism Board, the only reason for that was really inner city issues and violence, which, as you know, you can get anywhere here in all of our major cities. So the threat has now been lowered to a 2, which pretty much any island or anywhere in the world could be a 2 at all the time.
yeah,
So-
Europe's high. Europe's a lot of countries in Europe are at 3.
Right.
Yeah.
So they really want people there. Their whole world revolves around tourism. That's what they thrive on. And the people really want to make sure that everybody knows that they want us. They don't want people to be, afraid, and that they're going to do everything they can to make sure that people are safe.
Absolutely. I heard from one local, if anything happened to a tourist, that person that did something to a tourist, that's their life. And one big thing is about travel is giving back to the community. You take even a few notebooks. I always stack up at like school supply time.
Right.
I have probably 50 composition notebooks in my closet because you need to give back to these islands. These are third world countries, and doesn't it feel so good when you handed Norman his stuff of it's like
They love it. They're so appreciative too.
yeah. So okay, so safety and giving back 100%. And so did you use Club Mobay coming home?
Yes. Club Mobay coming home to me is even more important than going there. If you don't check bags, then you typically have less time going through. But on the way back, you're mandated to do the 3 hours that's mandatory on any international travel. But by the time you leave the resort, you've got up to an hour and a half to get from South Coast to there. So you're talking about, 4.5, 5 hours by the time you leave to get there. So they can't risk you not being there at a certain time, because then it's on their shuttle and their transfer if you were to miss your flight. So having Club Mobay when you get there to eat and drink and have beverages, you have Wi-Fi, you have comfy chairs, pretty much everything.
Yeah, and a lot of people might not know what Club Mobay is. So Club Mobay is your VIP fast track through customs, and you can do it coming there and coming back. But leaving Jamaica, I know we talked afterwards, and what would you say? The line in customs can weave and weave and weave and weave. Last time I was there, I know we saved at least an hour.
Of course, sure.
Yeah. So you go through the fast track line with Club Mobay, and everyone's waiting because they don't know about Club Mobay, maybe, or don't realize that it's worth its weight in gold and it's not that expensive. And then you go to the Club Mobay lounge, and your all-inclusive experience continues. All you can drink, all you can eat, et cetera, and they'll call your flight over the loudspeaker. So, what was your favorite room, and what do you think? What's the best room that people, if they could have any room other than if it's everybody wants an Overwater bungalow or a Rondoval, but if not, if it's not in the budget, what's in the budget?
I'd say that after seeing so many different rooms, my favorite would be the former Dutch Village in the Starlight Building. It has the swim out pool area. It has your loungers. It has a table and chair outside. So
in a swim out on the first floor.
Right. So between the swim out, the lounge chairs, the table and chairs for eating, dining outside, and the ocean view, because not too many places that you go can you get a swim out and an ocean view. Those are two things that do not always go hand in hand.
That's very, very true.
And people want that. So that's a really unique feature about this resort.
And I will tell you, those go really fast.
Yeah.
So the further out that you book, the better. And speaking of that, I'm going to talk a little bit about promotions, and then I have another question for you. So with promotions, there are our last video, the last clip was of loyalty and travel. When you go to any Sandals or any beaches resorts, there is a loyalty and travel room. And trust me, they're going to stop by and ask you to stop there, but it's not like a timeshare or anything like that. You're going in, you're putting a $250 deposit on a future stay. You don't have to decide where you want to go because you might not know. I mean, I've been to every single Sandals there is. You're on your way to being to every single Sandals there is in the Caribbean. We know every Sandals and how they fit your, wants, needs, and budget. So if you go into Loyalty and Travel, you put $250 deposit down on a future stay, you don't have to know when or where. You can pick whatever. And then when you get back, you work with Straightaway Travel on exactly where, and we can change the dates up until 12 months before or 12 months after. You can also then stack promotions, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. Like, we can save people hundreds, if not thousands, because we know what promotions can stack on other promotions. There's a 777 promotion. That means every 7 days, there's 7 room categories at 7 different Sandals resorts that are 7% off. Can you stack that with Loyalty and Travel? Not many people know that, but you can. So these are reasons why you use a travel professional, not a travel agent that, doesn't know their stuff. Somebody that's been to these places, that travels and goes and works to meet the management and know all this stuff. So we know how to stack the promotions and save you the most money and get you that swim out room. And sometimes if it's sold out, it can come back on, and we track that too. Okay, so one other thing before I ask you, one last thing is another trick with Sandals South Coast, and you want to stay in an Overwater bungalow. We've done this a lot. Or you want to stay in a Rondoval, but it's really expensive. Really expensive. You can do a split stay. So stay in a club swim out or just a luxury room, and then you can move over to an Overwater bungalow for 3 nights. It has to be 3 nights. So you can do, 4 nights before and then 3 nights in an Overwater bungalow, or 3 and 3. If it's 7 and it's your anniversary month, we can get you a promotion on that too. So speaking of 3 nights and 7 nights, who is Sandals South Coast not for?
Short-term travel.
Amen.
You need to be at least 4 days there. It's just too time consuming to come in, get the transfer there. By the time you get settled, you're really losing the first day and the last day for travel. So at least 4 nights, preferably more, but no less than that.
Yeah. So we love South Coast. It's a, all oceanfront rooms. A lot of food choices now, especially with the food trucks.
Oh, and one of the biggest things, not all Sandals have, but it's a great location, and they have the Overwater wedding chapel.
Yes. You want to get married? That's a great place. And it has Latitude's the Overwater bar. Like, you can't beat laying in a hammock with your cocktail or mocktail at the end of the day. So we are all about giving back to the island. We are all about helping you save money. We are all about, getting you a vacation that you truly deserve. And this is one of them. And it's not for everybody. It's not in everyone's price point. And if you only have, 3 nights, it is not the place for you. And if you can't stand an hour and 45-minute transfer, it might not be for you. But we also work with private drivers that can stop. If you can stop and get a juicy patty, which is an authentic Jamaican patty, and some other little hiding places along the island. So we know these properties. Loyalty and Travel, make sure you use it. Make sure you reach out to us. Please comment any questions, and please subscribe to our channel. We pay for our vacations. We pay for our airfare. We go because we are in travel sales. This is our full-time job. So if you don't use us, please make sure that your travel advisor is a professional. Ask for their training. Ask for their credentials. There's a lot of side hustlers, that want to do what we do, but don't put the time in that we do. We work a lot of hours. And yes, we go to these beautiful places, but we're not in the swim up pool bar very often. So anyway, thank you for watching. Comment below and look for all of our other videos. We have one for each resort, and let us know what you want next. We can compare the best swim outs. Like Stacy said, there's not very many in the Caribbean swim outs that have an ocean view. They are very rare, but we know of them. And if Jamaica isn't your vibe and you want to go to another island, we know which ones have those things. So thanks for watching. Until next time.